Today our guest is an American woman converted to Islam 16 years ago. Let us hear her story together.
Before I found out about Islam, I was a regular, average American girl. I went to high school and just lived your average American life. I didn't really think too much about religion. It was something that you do on Sundays, and other than that, it doesn't really affect your life all that much for most Americans. And but when I was 16, I began to work in a nursing home, and it was a skilled care nursing home, so the people there were very ill, and most of them were basically waiting to die. They had major illnesses, and most of them needed very skilled care. And it really struck me that these people were at the end of their lives, and I was at the beginning of mine. And I started to think about what was in between the beginning and the end, and what was the meaning of it all.
Sumaya is married to a Jordanian Muslim man who was the cause of her converting to Islam when they were studying together in the same university. She has got 4 children. The oldest daughter is 12 years old.
Actually, how I learned about Islam was from a Muslim friend of mine. I had no idea what Islam was about, and I was asked to explain the Trinity. I'm not a scholar. Maybe you need to go talk to a priest so that you can properly understand. And he said, well, do you need to be a priest to understand the basis of your religion? And I didn't like that very much. It really brought home the fact that I had a lot of doubts and I had a lot of questions myself, and I didn't really want to admit that. So I got the meaning of the Quran in English, and I began to read it. And at the time I was studying microbiology at the university, and so I really looked at it from, with a critical eye, and was always trying to find mistakes and find where he was wrong. And so I read it, and I started seeing really interesting scientific facts that amazed me.
Sumaya used the internet for dawah purposes, so she wrote her story with Islam in one of the websites.
About 10 years ago, I decided that I wanted to write down my story and put it on the internet as a way of reaching out to people who are also looking at Islam as a real option, and let them know that all of the processes that I went through in reaching the truth. And I felt that maybe a couple people might benefit, and that would be worth it. A couple years ago, I just decided to type in my name on a search engine and see what came up, and I found my story was all over the internet, and that was really my one stab at dawah. This is my second.
She likes reading in her spare times, and she also likes to feed her fish.
The most important thing I learned upon reading the Quran is that the true meaning of life, our true purpose, is to worship God in all that we do. And everything a person does can be worship as long as they do it according to the proper rites, the way that Allah has commanded. And that the most important thing is that we attain Allah's pleasure and not just people's.